Welcome back to Money Mix. My name is Callie, and today we are going to be making no-churn chocolate chip ice cream. So this recipe is so delicious. It's ultra chocolatey. It's so easy to make. Like I said, it's a no-churn recipe, meaning no fancy equipment required. You don't need an ice cream maker to make this recipe, and you're going to love it. So let's just jump right in. But before we begin, as always, please remember to subscribe, like, share, chat in the comment section, and follow me on social media for more recipes and additional content. So let's get right into it. These are the ingredients that we are going to be using. I have some heavy cream, sweetened condensed milk, some vanilla extract. Here, I have a little bit of coffee liqueur. This is optional. You do not have to add any kind of alcohol in this recipe if you don't want to, but I just like the flavor that it adds. And also adding a little bit of alcohol into homemade ice cream really kind of helps with a nice creamy texture. But again, you don't have to add it if you don't want to, but I recommend adding it. And I am using such a small amount. If you don't want to go to the store and buy a whole bottle of alcohol for this recipe, again, you don't have to add it, it's optional. I have some salt in here. I have some dark chocolate that I just grated. If you don't like dark chocolate, you could go ahead and use milk chocolate. I love using dark chocolate. I love the flavor, and I love grating the chocolate because I just find that it makes this ice cream just even more chocolatey. It really kind of does. You have to make this recipe to see for yourself. Every bite you just get so much chocolate, and it has just such a more pleasant texture than adding like chocolate chips into chocolate chip. I know this is chocolate chip ice cream, but instead of using chocolate chips, it's just better quality chocolate, and it's so much more pleasant to taste. So let's get right into it. The first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to grab our heavy cream, and I'm gonna whip this to stiff peaks. So stiff peaks is essentially the consistency of like Cool Whip. So I'm gonna use my electric whisk to do this. You could also do this by hand. So I'm gonna whip this up, and then I'll show you exactly what the texture looks like once it's there. Okay, so this is looking good, and this is the texture that you're going for. As you can see here, it kind of looks like a big puffy cloud. That means it's good to go. So I'm gonna set this bowl aside momentarily, and I'm gonna work on my other ingredients, which include my sweetened condensed milk. And so to this, I'm gonna throw in my vanilla, along with that instant coffee liqueur that I wanted to use. And I'm gonna throw in a little bit of kosher salt. You always wanna salt your desserts. So I'm just gonna give this just a quick stir to kind of get everything nice and incorporated, and then I'm gonna add it into the heavy cream. Okay, so this looks good. So I'm just gonna pour the sweetened condensed milk into the heavy cream, and I'm gonna fold the sweetened condensed milk into the heavy cream, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Maybe this was not the best choice bowl to use. Not a wise choice, that's okay. It's kind of small, but that's all right. So I'm gonna add this in, and now I'm going to just fold it all together. So by folding, what I mean is taking your spatula and running it around the sides and through the center of the mixture to incorporate all the sweetened condensed milk, just being gentle so as not to deflate too much of the air that we whipped into the heavy cream. So I'm just gonna keep kind of swirling this in and have patience. It's all gonna come together very quickly. Okay, so this looks wonderful. So next up, I'm gonna throw in the chocolate, and then just again, fold this in like we just did with the sweetened condensed milk, like so. I mean, look at all of the chocolate. I'm telling you, this is gonna be so good. And if you wanna add even more chocolate, add more chocolate. I personally love a ton of chocolate in this recipe, but add as much or as little as you like. Okay, so next up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this mixture into some Tupperware, and I'm gonna pop this into my freezer overnight. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a close-up of just how creamy and chocolatey and absolutely amazing this no-churn chocolate chip ice cream really is. Okay, so we are back. It is day 2, and this ice cream is absolutely incredible. It's creamy, it's chocolatey, it's everything that you want in a chocolate chip ice cream, and I can't wait for you to make this at home. So, as always, for the full written recipe and instructions, head to my blog, moneymix.com. I'll put the link for that in the description box below. Click on the link, the recipe will come right up, and make this no-churn chocolate chip ice cream. I promise you're gonna love it, and let me know what you think because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.